Alright, let's talk about a backhand technique that many amateur players really love. That is the backhand banana flick. There is actually a big difference between the banana flick and the backhand flip. The gap between these two techniques is quite significant. First, let's look at the flip. The feet step straight forward, and the body moves forward. For the banana flick, you move into position from the side. After stepping in, the right shoulder drives forward. The banana flick also requires a full backswing, so when you step in, you cannot be square to the table. Otherwise, there won't be enough space for the backswing. Second is the difference in swing size. The flip mainly uses fingers and wrist. The banana flick must fully use the forearm and elbow, as well as finger and wrist friction after contact. The swing amplitude should be much larger than a flip. Third is whether there is friction or not. A backhand flip drives the ball forward mainly with fingers and wrist. The banana flick, on the other hand, relies mainly on accelerated brushing. The requirement for friction is very high. Fourth point. The force direction of a flip is forward. For the banana flick, after the backswing, at the moment of contact, you must fully send the entire motion through the ball. The force direction has a much larger angle. The banana flick is divided into a straight banana and a side banana. Straight banana means brushing the back of the ball. Side banana means brushing the side of the ball. I recommend everyone practice the straight banana first. After you find the correct contact point, then move on to advanced side banana training. So the learning sequence should be: start with the backhand flip, then practice the straight banana, and finally the side banana. You must progress step by step. If you want to learn the banana flick, this situation often appears when you are slightly off the ball. You won't dare to pull the racket back, and you end up flipping again. You can start with shadow practice first. Then move on to ball training. First, build the correct swing path and the key movement elements of the banana flick. Once these movements are solid, when training with the ball, you can fully perform the complete banana flick motion. Second, you must also practice stepping in. Your weight transfer must be more obvious than in a flip. Your center of gravity and footwork must fully move in. Otherwise, you will miss the ball like before. This is not stepping in. This is stepping in. So the requirement for weight transfer is very high. Third, during practice, the elbow must be lifted and the wrist must drop. If you banana flick from this angle, it just turns back into a flip. So you must fully tuck the arm inward. This is what a straight banana looks like. The similarity between the flip and the banana flick is that their contact point is usually at the peak of the bounce. Do not wait until the rising phase or early falling phase. That will increase the difficulty. Next, let's talk about the backhand flip when facing different types of spin and what techniques to use. If the opponent serves very heavy backspin, it is difficult to flip, so consider pushing long, short push, side cut. When facing light backspin, open the racket angle slightly when flipping, and lift more forward and upward. Make sure the racket is open and drive forward and upward. Always use fingers and wrist as the main power source. The swing must be small, and you must break the motion in time. You must not turn it into a backhand drive. The motion should be about half the size. Alright, if we face side spin topspin, or very heavy side spin topspin, we slightly close the racket angle and apply force more forward. Find the peak of the bounce, whatever spin the opponent serves. We use the corresponding in-table flick technique. Different spins require different flick actions. Not one single motion for all spins. When you practice with a partner, have them serve short balls with side spin, top spin, or light backspin. During the flick, you can fully practice spin recognition and the correct motion for different spins. The first common mistake in the backhand flip. When flicking the ball, many players turn it into an in-table backhand drive. The typical mistake looks like this. They fail to distinguish between the flick and the drive. They overuse the upper arm and forearm. In-table techniques must be finger and wrist dominant. Use a small motion to drive the forearm, rather than letting the upper arm and forearm dominate. You must consciously reduce the swing size. This will significantly improve your success rate. Even if I only use fingers and wrist, and gradually add some forearm involvement. It helps refine our in-table technique framework and build the habit of flicking with fingers and wrist. When we flick the ball, where the racket face and tip are pointing is where the ball will go. Cross-court, middle, or down the line. When flicking cross-court, always point toward the cross-court. The racket face can be slightly angled to the left. When you practice normally, don't always flick to the same spot. Otherwise, it's easy for your opponent to return. So you must practice placement variation. Let's talk about short balls in the table, specifically foot positioning and stance. Many short ball errors are not caused by hand technique, but actually by footwork. Failing to find the precise position causes the hand motion to break down. In normal receive-ready position, when the ball is short to the backhand, use the right foot to step in. You must step fully into the table. Many players don't step far enough in. The upper body weight must drop down. When stepping in, you can adjust based on where the ball comes. If it's more toward the middle, the right foot steps in at this angle. In a standard backhand position, the foot steps in like this. It's always the right foot. If the ball is near the sideline, step in with the left foot, don't get it wrong. When stepping in, for normal backhand positions, use the right foot. For sideline balls, use the left foot. This is the primary condition to ensure you can control this shot well. You can do specific footwork training. After the ball comes, lower your center of gravity. You can use shadow practice like this. Stepping forward, coordinating footwork and hand motion, then recovering. Find the rhythm and complete the weight transfer. Once muscle memory is formed, increase the speed. Then in match situations, your feet will naturally step in with precise timing. This ensures both forehand and backhand in table techniques, and your success rate will improve significantly.